Hey guys, it's Ken again with the RangerRamblers, and I've been telling you guys I wanted to do a video on customization and the mechanical work that has had to be done on this stuff in the last 10 months. I'm going to try to keep it as chronological as possible. Amanda's little Ranger, how we decided was going to be cheaper to drive around the country than one of my big diesel trucks. So we've been traveling in this. Pretty comfortable little ride. Little 4-cylinder in it. Not the most powerful thing in the world, but hey, it gets the job done. So this is the first thing that I bought for it. After we did a lot of U-ship stuff and ship stuff around the country. Bought this shell. I was looking for one like this, but I'm not sure if you've priced them lately. A good used one will cost you $1,500. I saw this one on Craigslist on another truck at a car lot. And the guy said he'd sell it for $250. Yay! After that, we did the bed. Get out of the sun here. My phone should take over. So yes, the bed is in here. We have this IKEA mattress in the fridge that I showed you guys before that's 12 volt. And there's a couple of things that I haven't finished as of yet. I apologize for not having the door open. Amanda really likes to keep everything locked up tight. So, eventually, we will have drawers down here instead of just some stuff stuffed in there. I've built a couple of these beds for other people since this one, and never seemed to have time to do mine. But eventually we will. Here's a shameless little tag for you. Here's another one from a friend of ours in North Carolina. After that, we got back to Spokane, and it's going to be really hard to get the pictures of it, but we put new shocks all the way around, new bearings on the front, some helper springs here, and then the shocks that I put on the rear are coilovers, which this normally just takes a shock instead of a coilover, like strut-looking shock. But I needed to increase the wheel clearance as well as its capacity because it's a little Ranger. It's not really made for having as much weight on there as what we got. So I did the brakes on it. Then we bought this guy in Southern California. It was bought at auction. It was a police radar trailer. So I walk around, you can kind of see where the badge was and where they caught you speeding right there. And then of course it's still got their little badge. We were able to get it titled and everything through the DMV. It was on a Marine Corps base, so it never got titled. I had to rewire this whole guy. It took a long time. And then I had to put new tires on it. The tires were bad, and then it didn't have a spare. So I bought a spare, got it mounted. Got those tires mounted, put the bearing buddies on there. This piece right here was the thing that flipped up with a little sign that said, you're going 35 and a 25. This used to be on top of the camper shell. This Thule Weekender. This was a gift from Amanda's uncle, because her uncle and her grandpa had been trading it around for 20 years and was happy to get rid of it. So I built these two brackets on here to hold it, because it wasn't long enough to go between the back and the front. Well, I like it on the trailer better now. We're almost on the same linear path, and it makes it kind of match, white with a black top. I just bought a piece of expanded metal and put the tires on there with some ratchet straps. I eventually want to take and put some runners across and then put bolts in them with wing nuts like I've done for this guy, just to kind of clean it up a little bit so it doesn't look like we're moving. After that, lots of wiring run to the back. It'd be really hard to see, but I ran from the motor, under all the carpet, through the back, into the bed, through grommets, all nice, so that we have our 12 volt extension back there. We also have a heater, 12 volt heater. So got into this little bit of a wreck on a back road in New Mexico. Awesome insurance companies decided we were both at fault. If anybody has any idea on how that's possible, that would be great. When this guy came around a quarter too fast, caught my front, pushed the front tire in, and actually cracked the rack and pinion. So I laid underneath it with a Leatherman and a couple of wrenches and was able to get the old one out and get the new one back in. We had to get a bottle jack inside the fender to pull it out enough so that it cleared the tire. We're on the lookout for a new fender and a new bumper that's the same color so I don't have to paint them. After that, we were near the Dalles in Oregon. And let me pop this guy real fast. Had the timing belt break getting onto the freeway. So I'll put some pictures on here as well, as long as I can figure out my video editor. But the whole front part up here, all this, the AC condenser and alternator and all the ducting for the air and everything had to come off to get to the timing belt. Did it on the side of the road with some pretty rudimentary tools again. One of my suggestions, guys, would be carry tools, especially if you're mechanically inclined and you can do some of this work yourself. It makes your traveling a little bit cheaper. Let's see, other than that, I think that's all that I've got done under the hood. I need to do a tune-up on this. I've watched YouTube videos on it. It's not an easy task. That's a 4-cylinder with 8 spark plugs. I'm not sure if you can see way down in there. The whole intake manifold has got to come off to get to all the spark plugs that are down in there. They've never been done. They're still OE. The one I pulled out to find top dead center doing the timing belt was still an OE plug, and even though it wasn't fouled, they have worn considerably. So on the inside now, when you see, I got the CB antenna up there. CB's coming real handy when you don't have phone service. So, got the CB mounted up top, and Amanda likes to lose her lighters, so I got her this cool little thing for smoking cigarettes or whatever. I wish I could find a way to hide this wire, because it's got to plug into the 12 volts as well. If anybody has any ideas on how to hide a wire in a windshield, I'd love to see them. This one runs back to the 12 volt extension for our everything that we run back there. And then we have this guy that plugs in that gives us 3 ports. So we've always got like the DVD player charging both of our phones after the DVD player is charged. And we charge the iPod and camera and other things. I'm going to start doing some editing of our videos while we're traveling, not have to spend 4 or 5 hours in a Starbucks. So I mounted the power inverter. I soldered all my wires, so I got nice good connections. Ran them up under the dash, and there's a large grommet that runs inside for the parking brake that had plenty of space for me to run the wires out and hook the positive to the battery and the negative to a good ground. And Amanda can now curl her hair in the truck so that I don't have to wait on her. This we really don't use anymore because this is Jack's seat. His bed right there. He knows where he's supposed to sit. He curls up right there. Stays out of our way, except now we don't have an armrest, which is okay with me, I guess. Alright, guys. Kind of went through modifications and repair. If you have any questions, give me a holler on anything that I've done or that I should do. I'm always up for extra suggestions. So this is Ken with the Ranger Ramblers signing off for today. Talk to you later.